First of all, I really don't like people cooking for me.
We gotta shuffle 2 toilets. I have never done that in my life.
Like they said, follow who know road. Jason knows road, double JJ.
It's the first diary session of the season, and before I proceed with the recap, I want to give a shout out to the selection team. 48 hours in the house, and these housemates had a lot to say in the diary room, and it can only mean two things. It means they are present, they are conscious, they are self aware, they are playing this game, and they want to be in this house. Nobody is showing any nonchalant attitude or giving a shallow reply when Big Brother asks about. Okay, we can tell from even the question Big Brother asked them, who surprised you the most, positive or negative, and everybody is answering. Honestly, I know it's too early, but I love the housemates in this season. Very, very self-aware people, and then they're intelligent as well. Nobody in that house is not intelligent. All of them, beginning to end, they're really good. The selection team really did a good job with their selection. Let's now dive in, starting with Bigsoso. Entering the diary session with her charming self, she said she nominated Denari and Mide yesterday. Reasons being that she was yet to have a connection with Denari as of the time of nomination. And for Mide, he said no matter how close she tried to get to Mide still remained uptight. For every conversation she wants to have with her, she always blocks it out. And that Mide does not take jokes. That sometimes, the other day in the kitchen, they were talking and she made mention of cutting off, someone's leg. And she could see how Mide took it so serious. Like she was just, throwing jokes at or anybody that entered the kitchen and all of that. She said, yes, she grew up in the north. They know all about the Sharia law, but she can't give violence. Anyways, Big Soso went ahead to request for Google from Big Brother that she wants to swim and she'll be needing that. For Bright Morgan, it's been an amazing experience, but he said he's yet to understand the part of having to rotate toilets, that they just have only 2 toilets in the house. And honestly, Big Brother no try you. For this fine house like this, just 2 toilets. You want to keep people, imagine how many people being pressed at the same time. Anyways, Bright Morgan talked so well about Jason J, talking on how he's really good for the job. He's a leader and possesses what a leader requires. He said that for housemates that surprised him the most is Didi and Imisi. He said for Didi, the first day he entered, he tried to give her a hug and she dismissed he has never had that kind of experience before trying to hug someone, and the person is like, no, I don't do hugs. That was so strange. That was so strange to him. And then for Imisi, that he thinks Imisi listens to argue and not listen to understand, because in most cases there was a time something was going on in the house, and when Imisi came into the picture, Imisi was trying to kind of counter what they already agreed on. Meanwhile, the idea Imisi was bringing is the same thing as what the person was doing at that time. So that there is something about Imisi that maybe Imisi just wants to enter and cause chaos, not like get to understand what is being said, what is being done, and what is going on. She just wants to come into there and obstruct. He said he nominated Dambo's kid and Emisi for possible eviction. Dambo's kid being that no connection between the both of them. And for Emisi, that Emisi need to chill and relax. That was the reason he nominated her. You see, the fact I'm saying that is just 48 hours of them being together, and they already have an opinion to give. I remember, I think No Lose Guard. Big Brother could ask them, what is your reason for nominating this person? They'll be like, no reason, just for eviction sake, before nomination sake, because someone have to be nominated. But look at this set, 48 hours, and they are giving you tangible reason why they want to just take this person out. Even when this girl came in, Ibi Fubara, she made mention of Otega being a competition to her. And I'm like, yes, now we are talking. Anyway, let me not jump to Fubara's session yet, let's move to Doris, or rather Doris, because Doris came before Doris. I love Doris. I love people who can express themselves very well, and that is what I'm getting with Doris. I love how she came in and started complaining immediately on how she had barely eaten in the house, how most people have 5 chicken to themselves. She's struggling with one. Even the egg she wants to manage, people still want to share from that egg. That complaint was such a real one. Meanwhile, for Doris, Doris said the person that surprised her is Dressing J. That although they know themselves prior to coming into the house, but coming into the house, he remained a real one. And she was even surprised when she got picked as the assistant head of house. And then the person that gave her a kind of the bad impression is K Bobo. She said she does not like K Bobo, although she has gone ahead to try to sort out things with K Bobo, because K Bobo, while in the kitchen, she went there. She said on a norm she doesn't like people cooking her food, but because she knows she's in the biggest house, she needs to adjust. So she said she was in the kitchen and she made mention of them not using chicken to make soup. That chicken does not just go well in soups for her. She would prefer to have goat meat, other kinds of meat, but not chicken. But because at that time what they made was I think a foriro of vegetable soup, like she said, and there was chicken in it, that she ate it and then requested for another soup, only for K Bobo to go ahead to say, oh, imagine this person says she does not like chicken in her soup, and still went ahead to request for more. And she was like, come on, we're talking about vegetable soup here. This vegetable soup is no different from stew. When you make your veggies, vegetable stew is still under the same category. But when she's talking about proper Nigerian soup like obono, ekusi, she wouldn't want to see chicken in it. Meanwhile, for Darren, he said culture actually surprised him the most. That when culture entered into the house, he had this mean look, but seeing that he's such a human. He's ready to learn, relearn, ask question, and he loves people who enjoy humor. That he has this very good sense of humor. But then, for bad impression, it happens to be Mide, that he does not just like Mide. There is something off about Mide. Then even the other day, he was having a conversation with Tracy, only for Mide to just come into the picture and started talking to Tracy without even a kind of taking permission or even say hi, or even like, because two of them were discussing before he just came in and started talking to Tracy as if no one was standing there. That he really found that very awkward. And for nomination, he said he nominated Didi and Midi because the two of them are always apart in the house. So he said, making Kukuma nominates the both of them now. Since they always sit apart from the rest of the housemates. Anyway, Darius complained about how he has been having running stomach and asked Big Brother for medication. And then came our big baby, Gigi Jasmine. So Gigi came in still worried about the scenario that played out yesterday with Ivata. The whole cleaning the bin, trashing the bin. And before you know it, she started crying. She complained about not being heard in the house, and she does not know if she actually handled it out very well. The whole thing that happened with Ivata and Sotina. And then Big Brother asked her, why didn't you involve your head of house in all of this, since you feel maybe you weren't handling it the right way? And she said, well, she actually told that's JJ, the head of house, but JJ had a lot on his table. And Big Brother then asked her, so where was the apple of your eyes in all of this? That's victory. And that was when she now gave us this little baby innocent smile, saying, well, that they later bonded overnight with something else. And Big Brother then asked her about the housemates that gave her good impression and the ones that gave her bad impression. And she said for the good one, it's Ortega. That Ortega, in fact, is her best friend. And one thing I love about this name she mentioned, Ortega, is that the feeling is mutual. Because last night, if you watch my previous video of the whole gossiping thing going on in the house, Ortega actually acknowledged that Gigi Jasmine is her friend, a sweet person. It's better when the friendship is mutual. Anyways, she said Ortega actually gave her a very good impression and she will consider him as a friend. And then for the wrong one, she will say Zita. She said that Zita is harsh. In fact, not just harsh, in fact, it's rude. Gigi also asked Big Brother if he has any advice for her, and Biggie asked her in what aspect. And she said, well, maybe next time she will have a very specific question. But for now, how about the whole jet ski she's about to get for herself? That's victory. And Big Brother then told her that before you buy one, make sure to check there is no iceberg. And she said, well, she's going to look into that. Yeah, she's not going to look into anything. Gigi that is already in love. Something that they just told you yesterday, you're already in Victory's bed. But anyways, all the best to Victory and Gigi Jasmine. And it's such a beautiful thing. You know, they're from the same state, Akwa Ibom State. Well, let's move to the next video and continue from the next housemates diary session. Or please do well to turn on your post notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you.